The month of February is upon us, so it's that time again for us to bring you 5 indie games coming to PS4 and Xbox One that you should keep on your radar in the month of February. Up first, we have got 8 Days by Santa Clara Games. 8 Days is a twin-stick shooter that allows you to play as 2 mercenaries from the God Corporation, God standing for gold, oil and diamond. After the world has been dominated by dark forces known as the Masters of Mankind, it's your job to stop them. With 5 levels to play through, all of which have enemies that adapt to your playstyle, you'll need to keep your wits about you to make it through the challenging gameplay. If you're finding the gameplay too challenging, then invite a friend over for some local co-op action. With its pixel design, slick shooting and tons of replayability, we think 8 Days deserves its place on this list.
Uncanny Valley is a pixelated survival horror adventure that wants to bring back the classic days of early survival horror titles, while also creating something new and innovative.
Uncanny Valley is a love letter to the original survival horrors. You play as Tom, a night shift security guard at a remote facility. After becoming bored on shift, Tom decides to explore the facility, and as you'd guessed, things don't start going well. A key element to Uncanny Valley is what indie devs Cowardly Creations are calling the consequence system, where anything in-game has potential to change how you play and how the story unfolds. Being overrun by enemies doesn't necessarily mean death. Instead, you may become injured, which makes you move slower, and by moving slower, you have to adjust the way you approach each situation. Uncanny Valley is releasing on Xbox One and PS4 on the 10th of February.
Finn! Scarlet! It's got me!
Up next, we've got magical and charming tale Blackwood Crossing. You play as Scarlet, a teenage orphan trying to find her way in life. After bizarrely waking up on a train with her younger brother, Finn, you're greeted by a mysterious figure. It soon becomes clear that this is no ordinary train ride, so follow Scarlet and Finn on a deeply magical voyage, where their relationship will grow, and different elements from their past may bring consequences in the present. It's Blackwood's charming story and original looking design that puts it in our top 5 in February. Blackwood Crossing is releasing on the 17th of February on Xbox One. Set several years after the original events of its predecessor, How to Survive 2 looks to take all the elements of the original game and build upon it. Starting out in Louisiana, your first point of call is to build a small camp and learn the basic skills of survival. The key difference between How to Survive 2 and the original game is that How to Survive 2 introduces multiplayer, where you can invite up to 16 players to join you in your camp, 4 of which you can play along with simultaneously online or local co-op. So what's the perks of working in a team? Well, it will allow you to improve your camp quicker and implement certain survival strategies that are only available for co-op play. How to Survive 2 looks to really scratch the itch on any zombie survival horror, and will release on Xbox One and PS4 sometime in February. The final game on our top 5 list is Night in the Woods, developed by Infinite Fool. Night in the Woods is a beautiful hand-drawn adventure with a heavy focus on story and character depth. You play as May Borowski, who, after returning to quaint town Possum Springs, gets the sense that everything is not as it should be. As the light fades on the quaint town, strange things continue to happen, and there are rumours that there may be something lurking in the woods. Since its successful Kickstarter back last year, where it was fully funded in just 26 hours, indie developers Infinite Fool look to have done a sterling job. Let's just hope Night in the Woods plays as good as it looks. Night in the Woods will release on PS4 and Xbox One sometime in February. That brings the end to our top 5 indie games coming to PS4 and Xbox One in the month of February. As always, we'd love to know in the comments below if any of these games have got your fancy. If you want to keep up to date with what indie games are coming to your PS4 and Xbox One, be sure to check out WookieWoodyGaming.com.